Barbie, you're beautiful. Here's what we mean. Now you've become our fashion queen.
Here's Mattel's new fashion queen Barbie doll. And here's what's new. Better check them again. Beautiful roots. Now you can change your hair color. Now you can see that they all acquired a brand new look that Barbie inspired. Designers favorites the Barbie look. Breaking fashion and special legs which look so natural. The way that they move is so lifelike that you're really being amazed all out there. And the way that you follow them is up to you. All the most fascinating Barbie on the edge of a bed, or you'll make them sit right on the floor and kid. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
On March 9th, 1959, Ruth Handler and the innovative minds at Mattel brought forth a doll that is now known as Barbie, a symbol of women's empowerment that forever transformed the viewpoint of feminism through her adventures of expanding women's rights both economically and personally. Barbie's remarkable ability to inspire young girls to dream big and defy societal limitations demonstrated that women possess the potential to achieve their goals with enough purpose and belief in themselves. Beginning in the early 1800s, young girls had nothing to stand for, nothing to convince them that they could be anything. The Great Depression began in 1929, and families could barely afford food, let alone brand new toys for their children. Likewise, in the early 1900s, Barbie's signature color pink didn't stand for femininity in the way that it means today. Back then, it resembled wealth and royalty. People with more money wore pink to show off their money and the immediate access they had to pink dye. Without this small symbol, women had nothing to stand for and continued to allow men to rule over them and crush their dreams. This was until the war had ended, and in a post-war effort, women were once again removed from the workplace.
It was only after the war that pink got the symbolic association that we have today.
As women re-established their traditional homemaker roles, pink became more apparent in more women than men. The main reason for that association was largely because it was First Lady Mamie Eisenhower's favorite color.
Rhinestone-studded pink ball gown, the likes of which you never would have seen during the war when women were wearing much simpler styles.
Mamie Eisenhower loved the color pink, and she was known for it. A quick search of newspaper headlines mentioning Mamie Eisenhower also referenced the color pink pretty frequently. And it wasn't just called pink, it was called Mamie Pink.
While women were enforced into their original roles once again, they felt as if they had no purpose. They knew men overpowered them and there was nothing they could do. Until 1959, when the co-founder of the toy company Mattel introduced a new idea for a doll. Barbie, an inspiring symbol of woman empowerment.
You make me feel my Barbie doll is really real. Barbie's small and so cute, her clothes and figure look.
Barbie wasn't just a doll. She was a symbol for all women to believe in themselves and fight for their rights. Barbie inspired young girls to adults that with hope and purpose, their futures would be bright. In Ruth Handler's personal memoir, Dream Doll, The Ruth Handler Story, she claimed, "I named the doll Barbie after my daughter Barbara. I wanted to create a doll that would allow girls to dream of their futures as adult women. Barbara was a tomboy, but she also loved to dress up and play with paper dolls. I wanted Barbie to be a doll that girls could relate to, regardless of their interests."
The product has to have a reason to be, otherwise you shouldn't be in it. So I had observed my own daughter Barbie playing with paper dolls through the years when she was growing up. And she would always choose the Harold Teen or the Tilly the Toiler or the adult type paper doll.
Handler continues to describe Barbie as a modern doll that reflects the changing role of women in society. She wanted girls to be able to see themselves in Barbie and to imagine all the possibilities that life had to offer them.
She was a pioneer of her time, for sure. She was always for the women to be successful and strong, and she was a strong person. I think with Mattel, she's remembered as creating Barbie. And she sure did. She took it from nothing and pursued when my father felt that nothing was going to be of the doll. And she pursued with it.
Barbie's introduction as an astronaut in 1965 was a defining moment in her existence as a token for women's empowerment. This groundbreaking move, which occurred 4 years before Neil Armstrong's historic moon landing, had an extreme impact. It not only showcased Barbie's ability to persuade young girls to follow careers in STEM, but it also emphasized the importance of gender equality and representation in these fields. Barbie has always been at the front of change and evolution. In response to the growing demand for diversity and inclusivity, Mattel took a significant step forward by introducing dolls of different ethnicities, body types, and abilities. This move was not only a reflection of the changing world, but also a powerful statement about the importance of representation. By showcasing diverse career paths, Barbie has not only expanded the horizons of young girls, but has also influenced societal perceptions of women's capabilities. This has helped break down the barriers that once limited women's opportunities and has paved the way for a more inclusive and equal future.
I wanted to be a nurse, a doctor, an astronaut, and it allowed them to put themselves into that role, and that it was extremely important, and she didn't take no for an answer, and she went to the designer's home, I believe, at night, and they worked and worked and worked, and everybody told them it was a bad idea. You can imagine that you're going to be what you want to be, and you'll be it, and that's what you wanted kids to be able to do.
One example, the Barbie Dream Gap project, aims to address the limitations and stereotypes that can set back young girls' aspirations. A description from the Mattel website follows as, even though progress has been made toward gender equality, stereotypes and societal biases still exist that can affect a girl's trajectory and future choices. The Barbie Dream Gap project is a global mission dedicated to closing the gap by challenging gender stereotypes and helping undo the biases that hold girls back from reaching their full potential. The idea of dream gapping can go along with the recent Barbie movie. The movie perfectly pinpointed the fact that although the Barbie doll has created wonderful opportunities for women, the journey isn't over yet.
But never forget that the system is rigged, so find a way to acknowledge that, but also always be grateful. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard, it's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault.
So, although a perfect doll like this started off too perfect, Mattel has made it obvious that nobody's perfect, and being unique is what makes us ourselves. As long as Barbie stays a symbol of women's future, goals, and purpose, the possibilities are endless.
And I think as a kid, what didn't resonate with me was that Barbie was perfection, and I was not perfect. But that's not what Barbie means today, and that's not what this movie means. To me, what Barbie stands for now is like embracing your joy and your expression, and that embracing that doesn't have to be at odds with everything else that you are.
To conclude my documentary, Barbie's impact on women's strength is undeniable. From her representation of diverse jobs to her commitment to inclusivity, Barbie has become a symbol of strength, resilience, and limitless possibilities for girls and women worldwide. As she continues to evolve and inspire future generations, Ruth Handler's creation is hoped to leave a lasting legacy of empowerment and positive change.